Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Simple Markets channel. My name is JB, and today we're going to be going over a few graphics that I prepared for you guys. Keep in mind, I make all of my videos based on the feedback and the information I get from subscribers, and honestly, as a mentor myself, I'm continuously improving to try and dial in on the ideas that I think will help people the most. And one of the most detrimental cycles to all traders, especially in the YouTube space, is going to be what I call the strategy cycle. And we're going to briefly touch upon this, and then we're going to give another perspective on it as well in the following slide. And I'm going to also give a few tips on how to not only avoid this consistent cycle, but also tips on how to avoid stagnation, which in my opinion is one of the worst places where many of you may rest right now. Please, as always, guys, go into this with an open mind, maybe really reflect and ask yourself, is this something that I am part of? And one of the most common things when I get new subscribers or other people reaching out is that euphoria stage. Now, this is the first 1 to 2 months when you develop a new strategy or you find a new strategy or concept on YouTube. There is infinite YouTube concepts and strategies out there, especially in the smart money space. And what happens is most of you pick up on a new strategy, a new concept, and this is now the holy grail. You're starting to see profitable trades. You're starting to watch a new YouTube channel maybe. And when you go to the charts yourself, you're seeing these winning trades left and right and center, and this is the euphoria stage. However, this does last about 1 to 2 months, and be honest with yourself, guys. If you have not been using your current strategy for over a 2-month period, or at least a period long enough to see a significant losing streak, you are within this stage of trading, and you need to really reflect and really be honest with yourself on how to avoid the rest of this cycle, because I promise you there is traders I have talked to who are years into changing strategies every few months. So once again, to preface, this is the stage where many of you have a new trading strategy, and a strategy is new to you if you have not been using it for 1 to 2 months, or at least a losing streak has come about. This is many of the traders who will DM me and say, oh, I'm absolutely killing it with my new strategy. However, I may ask them, do you have backtested data on your strategy? Have you shown proven long-term data that shows your strategy works? And most people in this euphoria stage will deny it and will not be truthful with themselves that no, they do not have data to support their strategy. And that is when this next stage, the losing streak, becomes so much more detrimental. Every trading strategy, every trading firm, hedge funds, the stock market, even real estate, even any business model that you can come up with does have periods of slow or low growth or a losing streak that comes about. And it is what you do after this losing streak that is most important. But the most important part of it all is understanding that this is completely normal. So many traders and people do not believe that losing streaks are normal in part of their equity curve, and right away it leads them on the wrong track of looking for the perfect new strategy, but we will get into that a little later. After the first losing streak occurs, you are going to be very down on yourself. It's normal to be down on yourself during the first losing streak you experience because you're coming from such a high state of euphoria that the lows tend to feel even lower. But what this leads to is for some people, months and months of going back to YouTube in the drawing board and continuing to study and study. Look for new trading concepts, look for new smart money concepts, look to add new things into their trading plan. That's a big one, is they take that trading plan that they started with or that strategy, and now they start adding new and improved concepts. They might start adding things like premium and discount ranges on the higher time frame. They might begin looking at newer concepts like the bank dealer's range. They might start implementing things like Asia session highs, London session highs and lows, or trading a strict New York session, whatever it may be. I'm sure there's many of you out there familiar in understanding that maybe you are in this period at the moment, but continuing to infinitely dive into the endless content on YouTube with so many new concepts being dropped. I try to stay as true as possible with you guys as I can. I am not going to be a hypocrite. I will never on this channel continue dropping new concepts or new niche strategies. I have used the same strategy since day one of this channel being uploaded. I will use the same strategy till the day this channel dies. And that is the most important aspect of a trader and what makes me profitable compared to the many out there who are still struggling. I'm not special. I'm not a genius. I simply understand that mindset shift that I need to stick with one trading method. I need to master that trading method as opposed to continuously and endlessly searching for that new and improved strategy. And at this point of studying, there is 2 options that kind of happen. Now, number 1 is stagnation. And this is the group that continues to study and use new concepts and add to their trading plan, continuing to increase the complexity of it and making it something that is inconsistent and unsustainable for them. And I know stagnation looks like one flat line here, but to be honest, within this flat line is many lows followed by many highs, continuing for, in many cases, years at a time. I have talked to traders that I knew 3 years ago, still trying to make that complex smart money strategy work consistently and make them income. With smart money and how complex it is, and this idea that the algorithm of the market can be read, people can spend literal years in this stage of stagnation where they're having a losing week or two, followed by maybe that one winning week that brings them back to euphoria and feeling good about the strategy, then another 3 losing weeks, followed by one winning week or one winning trade that brings them back to euphoria and proves the strategy can work. If you're not making consistent income with over 6 months using the same exact trading strategy, or continuing to make tweaks and different changes to it over the 6-month period and still not seeing consistent funding payouts or profitability, please wake up, guys. This is the dangerous cycle that I see so many traders, including myself in the past, fall into. Or an even worse one is up here, which is your new trading strategy. Now, this is the trader who tries a strategy for a little bit, like we talked about, 1 to 2 months. They experience the losing streak. They study, go to YouTube, and then they find a new and improved strategy with new and improved trading concepts, and that's the new holy grail. And now that they found this, they are back in that euphoria state, saying that they found the strategy that they're going to be profitable with. They're going to lock in on it, and they're going to finally, after years or months, start making income in trading. And this cycle continues and continues. Please, guys, keep an open mind here. I am here to help you. I'm not here to patronize. I'm not here to even hurt some of your egos in a sense. I really just want some of you to understand what profitable trading entails and what it looks like. And as I mentioned, I will use the same strategy until this channel dies, the same way that if you go back to my very first video, I use the same strategy, the same exact way, and I preach the same exact concepts. If you are here to learn new trading concepts, if you are here to see new and improved strategies month over month or year over year, or even like one of the biggest smart money YouTube mentorships out there, who posts a new mentorship with a completely new style of trading once a year, this is designed to keep you in a cycle of stagnation and hurting yourself from actually making trading income. One of the main ways to decipher if you are in any of these stages or even this cycle as a whole is truly, from an unbiased opinion, ask yourself, are you making consistent trading income month over month? And if the answer is no, I'm sorry, but you may be in this cycle, and that's why we're going to talk about a different format of it, which is one where you have a group or support community or stick to a single trading strategy. This is the key here, is the idea of a single trading strategy. Now, 3 weeks you may spend in the euphoria period, but we teach you the mental aspects that you need and the psychology you need to achieve 6 months plus of profitable income and get to that point where you are just seeing consistent slow growth and gains on your account. And that's why I put the euphoria period at a little bit less time here, because I think one of the most important things and one of the biggest issues that traders have is they come into trading with this idea that their strategy is going to be the #1 best in the world, and that they can read the algorithm, and they have all these high hopes of 10% plus per month due to the prop firm industry setting these ridiculous standards, or the YouTube space with a lot of people lying about their actual results. One of the first things we talk about in our course is realistic market gains based on hedge funds, investment funds, and actual trading firms and what they return year over year. Many of the leading investment firms in the industry make about 3% on average per month, which is 36% gain per year, beating out any other asset class you can imagine. However, the issue is when you bring this up to a new trader or someone who's in their euphoria state, they may not believe that that is considered good returns. They may have too high expectations of the market, and they may be looking to flip their $100 into $1 million because that's something they saw on YouTube from a fake trading guru. That's why this period is a little bit less, because we really try to implement a proper mindset into our traders. And then once you reach that losing streak, there may be just a short week where you are down and out on yourself and upset, compared to the previous slide where it's a whole month or more where you may be down on yourself or really confused or feeling that sorry for yourself state. The reason we say it's a week is because we have an entire community trading the exact same strategy. So this strategy cycle now becomes void, because if you stick with that trading strategy, you continue to lean on the support. You look around the group and realize that there are traders who were profitable in the month that you were negative. You can now ask them questions, you can learn from them, you can see the trades that they share day to day. We have over 55 funded members who share their trades all the time in chat. We have 3 coaches who will sit here and review your data of the losing streak and give you tips to improve it. But most importantly, you are sticking with that one strategy. It is your ride or die now, and you do not give up on it and fall into that stagnation or fall into the new strategy cycle. After just 1 month of support and testing, you will start seeing progress in profitability and also having that realistic market expectation. And this is because you went through the lows, you experienced the drawdown period in the losing streak, you understood how to improve, you got the support, and you have one of the most heavily backtested strategies on the entire YouTube space behind you, which I'll show here for proof. We have about 49,069 trades taken on this exact strategy. We have over 4,459 years worth of data backtested as a community based on this trading strategy, with an overall win rate of about 34.35% using our fixed 3 risk to reward ratio that you all see on my YouTube channel. And better yet, we have an example of an equity curve with this data using 3 risk to reward, a 34% win rate, about 100 trades, and we have a 1% risk per trade. This is the simulated equity curve data. And what do you know? If you pull up my trading journal, it's almost an identical equity curve. There is some low periods, there is some drawdown periods in here, but it's that consistent growth longer term of the account that we are looking for, and that trust in a trading plan through deep losing streaks that is most important. I take 5 trades in a row. I don't get into that down and out state anymore. I simply remain neutral and understand that it is part of my edge and probability. I understand that I have 50,000 trades of backtested data supporting that my plan will play out in the longer term. I'm in a 5 trade losing streak right now. I can say without a shadow of a doubt, I will keep executing, and in just a week or two, I will see some winning trades come and sweep all of this negative drawdown out, leading to new all-time highs on my account. That is the type of trust and the type of mindset that you need to succeed, is trusting that plan and having full faith in it. And I promise when you do so, you will start seeing 2+ months of profitability. Of course, these are averages, but the general idea is you will now, for the next few months, start getting better and seeing profitability. You can look at an example webinar where we had a student who at first was in that losing streak period. He had about a month, even more, of deep drawdown because he was still learning the plan on a live account. However, most traders do not backtest or have the data to support their strategy, so they do not keep going and they go and change their strategy. What we teach is that importance of testing and that support from a community using the same strategy. You will start to see profitability, and then from there, this is when you begin getting funded. This is when you begin getting payouts, and it continues to improve and slowly begin to plateau over time because, of course, we are not about optimization and complexity. We are about a simple system that executes with a certain edge over the markets and allowing you to essentially print money over the long term if you just follow a simple and proven system. Hopefully you guys gained some knowledge from this video. I hope some of you came into it with an open mind and can really reflect and say, you know what? Maybe JB is right and I do fall into this cycle here. For those of you out there who think you can pick up a trading strategy, not backtested at all, and achieve profitability because it's proven, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you will fall right into this same category here. You will end up switching strategies as well when this losing streak occurs. You need to be backtesting, you need that support, and you need that concrete confidence in your trading strategy that it will work in the longer term. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Give me feedback in the comments below. If you genuinely found some knowledge from this video, or it's a video that you would like to see more of, please feel free to share a like. It costs nothing to click a like button, and it allows me to look at my videos, see what has the most likes, and then make content that more people are learning from or enjoying. It really helps me cater my content to kind of make sure I'm actually teaching you guys some valuable information. Thank you all for watching again. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next Monday.